KC, the strongest kid in the class. Once upon a time, in the cozy town of Manor, Texas, a special baby boy named Kevin Collins was born. From the moment he entered the world, everyone could see he was no ordinary boy. His parents lovingly called him KC, a name that felt just right for their little bundle of joy. At just 1 month old, while most babies were still wobbling, KC was already holding his head up high, scanning the room as if he were ready to take on the world. By 6 months, while others were simply rolling over, KC was crawling around like a mini race car. By 8 months, he was walking, not toddling, but really walking. By the time KC turned 2, his strength amazed everyone. While other toddlers clung to their parents' legs at the grocery store, KC was helping his mom carry bags of apples and cartons of milk from the car. "I've got this, Mom," he'd say, his tiny muscles flexing. Casey's father smiled proudly. "He's certainly one of a kind." When Casey entered 3rd grade, his strength became the stuff of legends. At recess, his classmates loved playing tug of war. No matter how many kids pulled on the other side of the rope, 4, 5, or even 6, Casey always held his ground, grinning as he pulled them across the line like they were feathers. But Casey's strength wasn't just about muscles. He had a big heart, too. One bright and breezy afternoon, the 3rd graders were playing on the playground. Casey was showing off his monkey bar tricks when a loud crack echoed through the air. Everyone turned to see a large limb from the old oak tree snap and tumble to the ground. "Help! Help!" cried Sandy, one of Casey's classmates. The limb had landed right on her foot, pinning her to the ground. The teachers rushed over, their faces pale with worry. Together they tried to lift the heavy limb, but it wouldn't budge. Casey spotted the commotion and ran over. "What's wrong?" he asked. "It's too heavy," said Mrs. Fletcher, the science teacher, straining to lift the limb. Casey's eyes widened when he saw Sandy's tears. "Don't worry, Sandy. I'll help." He crouched down beside the fallen limb and took a deep breath. Wrapping his strong hands around the thick branch, he said, "Step back, everyone." With all his might, Casey lifted the limb. His arms shook and his face turned red, but slowly, steadily, the branch began to rise. "You're doing it, KC," someone shouted. As soon as the limb was high enough, Sandy scooted out from underneath. Casey gently let the branch drop to the ground and then turned to Sandy. "Are you okay?" Sandy nodded, tears turning into a smile. "Thanks to you, Casey. You're my hero." From that day on, Casey wasn't just known as the strongest kid in the class. He was also known as the kid with the strongest heart. When the town mayor heard about Casey's bravery, he declared it Kevin Collins Day and gave Casey a shiny medal that read, "Strength and kindness make a hero." Casey just grinned and said, "I was just doing what anyone would do. You don't need big muscles to help people. You just need to care." And with that, Casey went back to the monkey bars, ready for his next adventure. Because when you're KC, the strongest kid in the class, there's always another way to make a difference. The end.